14 days plus ASMR to unlock your potential. The surprise is that your results will speak for you. What if you could access a part of your mind that's been dormant for years, maybe even decades? Neuroscience already knows the answer. Studies show that small, intentional daily habits can rewire your brain circuits, quietly transforming the way you feel, think, and behave. Now imagine combining this with the right sounds: wind through trees, soft rain tapping the roof, or a distant whisper calming everything the outside world stirred up. Together, these elements create what science calls a state of emotional neuroplasticity, a moment when your brain becomes more open, more receptive. And it's in this invisible window that your hidden potential can awaken. In the next few minutes, you'll discover a silent, progressive method that combines conscious actions during the day and restorative ASMR at night, for 14 days. And if you follow this process, something will change. Not by chance, but because you've taught your subconscious to be part of your freedom. Studies suggest that repetitive, conscious practices, like daily habit changes, can reorganize brain circuits and transform automatic behavior and emotional patterns. This process is directly connected to subconscious functioning. This foundation is explored by Holzel et al., 2011, in The Neuroscience of Mindfulness Meditation, Nature Reviews Neuroscience, and by Davidson and McEwen, 2012, in Social Influences on Neuroplasticity, Nature Neuroscience. ASMR, on the other hand, induces deep relaxation, promoting emotional absorption and reflection. According to Porio et al., 2018, PLOS 1, ASMR activates areas like the medial prefrontal cortex, associated with introspection and emotional regulation. Here's the core of the secret: ASMR plus 14 days to awaken your hidden subconscious potential. On their own, these practices bring relief. But together, they create the perfect space to access and recover inner strength buried under fear, guilt, or unconscious repetition. This channel is new. If this content already stirred something in you, subscribe now to follow the upcoming methods. A person may be limited by subconscious patterns, but the daily practice of new conscious habits, especially combined with mindfulness, can reshape the brain, unlock blocked behaviors, and allow them to access more of their emotional and psychological potential. As you listen to my voice, take a deep breath, and imagine your brain as a silent forest. Every conscious habit becomes a new path through the trees. And every night sound, like rain or the crackle of a fire, begins to restore something that has long been asleep within you. This method brings together small conscious actions during the day with restoring sounds at night. And today, you'll see how it can awaken. This process doesn't just take you off autopilot. It activates deep mental connections that were once dormant, giving your mind the power to rewrite its own story from the inside out. This new state isn't born from luck or perfection. It comes from the decision to reconnect with who you truly are. Even with fear. Even with doubt. And above all, to confront that quiet old belief that has held you back: I'm not capable of reaching that. That voice isn't you. It's an echo of old experiences. From now on, your subconscious no longer follows that voice. It follows you. But what exactly changes when you teach your subconscious to awaken and take the lead? The awakened mind doesn't get lost in outside noise. It focuses. It feels. It chooses. It turns internal limitations into real possibilities. It doesn't wait for confidence to act, it acts, and confidence grows from there. Even surrounded by uncertainty, it shows up with courage. Real power isn't about appearing strong. It's about being vulnerably aware. It's not the smartest who unlocks potential, it's the one who practices, quietly and consistently. Everything shifts when your subconscious is trained to serve your purpose, not fear, not the past. Relationships align. Health rebalances. The mind expands. Faith deepens. Peace settles in. It all starts falling into place when you stop waiting for external change, and start waking up your inner strength. Because the awakened subconscious doesn't just survive, it leads. Now the good news, the programming that keeps your potential asleep is not permanent. It was built in silence, and it can be undone the same way. Automatic behavior doesn't define who you are. It's simply the result of unconscious repetition that shaped your brain's circuits. The good news? They can be rewritten. That's where the 14-day method with ASMR comes in. It's not a list of tasks. It's an emotional and deep activation. During the day, you practice habits that trigger focus, presence, and inner leadership. At night, sounds like gentle rain, slow rhythms, soft wind, and whispers activate brain regions tied to relaxation and emotional reflection. While you sleep, your subconscious processes. It absorbs what you lived with awareness throughout the day. And in silence, it begins to reorganize old patterns to make room for a new identity. An identity that doesn't depend on applause, but that chooses courage, even on cloudy days. Because it understands, waiting puts your potential to sleep. Acting wakes it up. You followed every step. During the day, you planted. At night, you integrated. And on the 14th day? Something changes forever. You wake up different. More centered. More clear. Procrastination weakens. Self-sabotage begins to dissolve. And a new question rises: what can I awaken today, with what already lives inside me? This question is the signal. It doesn't come with noise, but with the lightness of a reprogrammed subconscious. It's when your hidden potential stops being a promise, and becomes reality. When your brain receives the right stimuli during the day and restorative sounds at night, action stops feeling like effort. It becomes a natural response, an expansion of who you already are. In the next few minutes, you'll discover the complete method. How each of the 14 days works. Which sounds to use. What time of day to practice. And how to integrate it all to awaken your mind and silently reprogram your behavior. Here is the ASMR plus 14-day method to unlock your potential. All ASMR sounds mentioned are available on YouTube. Day 1, activate your decision center. Conscious action: upon waking, choose 3 qualities you want to activate today, e.g., courage, focus, creativity. Say them out loud with intention. Night ASMR, gentle rain. Activation phrase: I choose to awaken what's most alive in me. Day 2, awaken your creative imagination. Conscious action: for 5 minutes, visualize a scenario where your potential is already active. How do you act? What do you feel? Night ASMR, soft piano. Activation phrase: my imagination is the portal of transformation. Day 3, break an automatic pattern. Conscious action: do something simple in a new way today, e.g., change your morning routine. Night ASMR, forest sounds plus birds. Activation phrase: my brain is reinventing itself now. Day 4, free your inner voice. Conscious action: record an audio saying, I can. I know. I will. Listen to it later. Night ASMR, flowing water. Activation phrase: my voice awakens my hidden power. Day 5, write your best version. Conscious action: describe, in the present tense, who you are with your full potential activated. Read it with emotion. Night ASMR, stream plus harp. Activation phrase: this version already lives within me. Day 6, reconnect with what was forgotten. Conscious action: revive a skill you've left behind, singing, painting, fixing something. Night ASMR, crackling wood plus fire. Activation phrase: what was sleeping, is coming back to life. Day 7, leadership. Conscious action: make a small decision today without asking for anyone's opinion. Trust yourself. Night ASMR, distant horses. Activation phrase: I lead with awareness and confidence. Day 8, find the hidden belief. Conscious action, write, what's keeping me from accessing my potential is, and repeat it until a real answer surfaces. Night ASMR, rain dripping in a cave. Activation phrase, I'm revealing the truth that was buried. Day 9, unleash your creative energy. Conscious action, create something original, a drawing, a phrase, a movement. Don't judge, just create. Night ASMR, bubbling water. Activation phrase, creation reconnects me to my raw power. Day 10, access your inner strength. Conscious action, recall a moment when you overcame something difficult. Feel that strength again. Night ASMR, gentle sounds with distant thunder. Activation phrase, my strength has already proven itself. Day 11, listen to the silence. Conscious action, sit in silence for 10 minutes with your eyes closed. Just listen. Night ASMR, barely noticeable ambient sounds. Activation phrase, in silence, the subconscious speaks. Day 12, connect with your purpose. Conscious action, write this phrase 10 times, my life makes sense when. Night ASMR, rain plus distant flute. Activation phrase, I was born for something only I can fulfill. Day 13, express your authenticity. Conscious action, wear something that represents who you are. Act as if no one is watching. Night ASMR, forest sounds at dusk. Activation phrase, I'm free to be the truest version of myself. Day 14, celebrate your transformation. Conscious action, write a farewell letter to the self that slept. Thank it and close that cycle. Night ASMR, wind chimes. Activation phrase, what was hidden, now lives. What once was just a method, is now a way of being. What once felt like an experiment, has become part of who you are. For 14 days, you planted silence with intention. You harvested presence. You broke the cycle of autopilot. And if you've come this far, you already know, what changed wasn't the world around you. It was how your mind now responds to it. What used to be habit, became space for creation. What used to be fear, became motion. But listen closely. Don't stop on day 14. Because this transformation isn't an end point. It's the quiet beginning of something only you can grow. An awakened mind. A reprogrammed subconscious. A future that begins now. And if something inside you has been activated, maybe you're feeling something you didn't expect. That happens to those who allow themselves to follow the process. Because the biggest surprise isn't changing on the outside, it's realizing that deep down, there was always a dormant force waiting. Many people are shocked when they see what they're capable of after just a few days of conscious actions and restorative sounds. They didn't think they had that kind of power. But they do. And if this video moved something in you, it's because you're starting to see that you have that same potential inside. Subscribe. And share. This channel is new, it's a space for those who are tired of surviving on autopilot, and who choose, every day, to wake up from within. The next journey is already waiting for you. Let's keep going, together.